Woodside Energy is operator of the North West Shelf Project, one of the world's leading producers of liquefied natural gas, or LNG. The North West Shelf Project facilities are located in waters off the northwest coast of Western Australia and on the Burrup Peninsula, or Murujuga, the traditional custodian's name for the area. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of Murujuga and pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging. As Australia's first LNG project, the North West Shelf has supplied energy to domestic and international customers since the 1980s, investing hundreds of millions of dollars into the local economy and community. The story of the North West Shelf project began back in the 1970s, when hydrocarbon resources were discovered in the Carnarvon Basin. The technical and engineering challenges facing development of these remote gas fields were significantly greater than anything faced by earlier offshore developments in Australia. Only the creation of a new Australian liquefied natural gas, or LNG, export industry could make the development of these large gas fields economically viable. In 1984, following 4 years of construction, Phase 1 of the North West Shelf project commenced operations with the production of domestic gas for the Western Australian market. In 1985, construction began on Phase 2 of the project, including 2 LNG processing trains, storage tanks, and export wharf facilities. And in 1989, the first LNG cargo was exported to Japan on board the North West Sanderling, marking the start of a new industry for Australia. The North West Shelf is one of the largest resource development projects in Australian history. At the time of construction, it was the biggest engineering project underway worldwide in the oil and gas industry. And to this day, it has led the development of the LNG industry in Australia. The North West Shelf project consists of 3 offshore platforms, all linked by subsea pipelines to the onshore Karratha gas plant. The North Rankin complex is the central hub to the project's offshore processing facilities and is located 135 kilometres northwest of Karratha. North Rankin is Australia's largest offshore gas processing facility and is connected to the Goodwin A and Angel platforms. Processed hydrocarbons from the North Rankin complex are piped through 2 subsea trunk lines onshore to the Karratha gas plant, where it's processed to produce LNG, WA domestic gas, condensate, and liquefied petroleum gas, or LPG. Located on Murujuga, the Karratha gas plant covers an area of over 200 hectares. It comprises of several LNG processing trains for processing gas for international export, 2 trains for supplying gas to the Western Australian economy, along with other hydrocarbon processing facilities, including condensate stabilisation and fractionation trains. The plant is linked to the nearby Woodside-operated Pluto LNG park by an interconnector pipeline that allows tolling of third-party gas. LNG and other products from the North West Shelf are exported from the 3 shipping berths next to the Karratha gas plant, directly to international markets. Western Australian gas is transported via the Dampier to Bunbury pipeline to major industry users and customers across the state. For the past 40 years, the project has been one of the largest suppliers of WA gas, supporting industry and providing energy to homes and business. Since the start of LNG operations, the project has delivered more than 6,400 cargoes, along with thousands of cargoes of liquefied petroleum gas and condensate. As operator, Woodside focuses on safe, reliable, and efficient production, and is progressing decarbonisation opportunities. The North West Shelf joint venture has committed to net zero emissions by 2050. After decades of processing only the North West Shelf resources, the Karratha Gas Plant has now also begun processing gas for other resource owners who pay a toll to use the facility. The North West Shelf project has pioneered the LNG industry in Australia, and after more than 40 years of operations, Karratha Gas Plant has transformed into a world-class, third-party gas processing facility. A transformation that provides jobs, training, and support for the local community, while producing vital energy supplies for domestic and international markets for years to come.